Hello and welcome. I've got a box of nickels to hunt here, and it is time to go through them. So we're going to look for some pretty cool stuff. I do see some, this one looks like it might be a 62. This one caught my eye. It has that older look to it. I don't know if it's showing up on camera or not, but that one could be an older one as well there. I know I've got a couple 60s here, it looks like, but maybe we'll have some older stuff. Maybe we'll have some pretty cool finds in this box. But we won't know until we get these rolls open and see what's inside. Intro, take 473. Cue music. Cue coins.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Now pick them up. I'm not rich. I just poured out roll number 2, and one back here caught my eye. It looks like it's a 50s. I could be wrong there. Right here. It's all the dates sticking out. Just have that look to it. And that looks like a 57. 1957 out of Denver. So that's going to be our first find of the hunt here. Roll number 3. We've got an ender. 1951. I started ripping this open and flipped it over and noticed that is an old nickel right there. So let's finish getting this ripped open here. And we'll take a look at this. We'll see the roll here. I'm going to try to twist it so it's on the front. There we have it. And, yep, 1951. 1951 out of Denver. Nice. Nice. We'll set this down because this one here has caught my eye. This one here caught my eye. It does have that older look, similar to the nickel we just saw. 1952. Nice. That's 2 in this roll. 2 in this roll, almost back to back. An ender and one, just one in from. We got another one. We got another one. 3 in this roll so far. Holy cow. This roll is just paying off dividends. This is a 1949 out of Philly. Nice. Nice, nice. I'm going to give a quick look here because, you know what? There might be another one. There might be another one right here. That looks like there is one. We got a 1959. 1959 out of Denver. 4 in this roll. Holy cow. There probably is more. Let's take a look. Let's just slowly flip through the rest of these. I say slowly, quickly. Nothing else is really standing out, actually. This was the other ender. Oh, the other ender, 1957. 5 nickels in this roll. Wow. 1957 out of Denver. 5 old nickels in this roll. 2 enders. I didn't even notice the other one. Was the other one the ender? No, it wasn't an ender. I'll have to review the footage. It was on the end when I moved them over. So maybe it flipped out. Oh, wow. Holy cow. Okay. That looks like all for the old nickels. 5 finds in this roll. That's a nice roll. Very, very nice roll. We just jumped our nickel finds on roll number 3. Holy cow. Well, roll number 3, I just started here, actually going through this roll. Roll number 3, roll number 4. 1959 out of Denver. Notice this one was in the back there. 1959 out of Denver, Philly. Philly, 1959 out of Philly. Very cool. Roll number 6, we got another old nickel find here. 1952. This one is a Philadelphia. There we go. I'm going to add that to the stack. Roll number 7. I've come across a 1958. 1958 out of Denver. Nice. Put that there. Then there's a couple. There's another one back here. There's maybe a couple. I'm going to go ahead and check those out since we're on the camera here. So far, I got the camera going. Let's see. So this one, 1963. This one has an older look. It's real face and mint mark, 1964. Right behind it, another 1964 out of Denver with the rear face and mint mark, 1965. Well, only one. Oh, hey, look. Back here, 1955. 1955, out of Philly, we got a semi-key date. Semi-key date, and this one's pretty nice overall. How about that? Very cool. Semi-key date nickel in this roll with a bunch of old 60s. And another find, we got a semi-key date. I'll set that over here for now. That looks like it, though, for this roll. Nice roll, 2 finds in this roll. Very cool. One's a semi-key date. Roll number 8, I just poured it out. Kind of flopped a little funny. Got some everywhere. Got a damaged nickel. Someone had damaged this nickel up. That one's a little rough on the edges, a little dirty. But back here, I've got like a few in a row I wanted to check out. A few in a row. I'm not speaking very well tonight. Getting that tongue-tied. That was going to be dirty. Yep. Right behind it. Wanted to look at this one. 1962, not quite old enough. Right behind it, we got a rear facing mint mark on this older looking nickel. That's an S. San Francisco. This one is going to be a find because they stopped putting San Francisco mint marks on the back about halfway through the 50s. And we got a 54 out of San Francisco there. I think there's one more over here. Just take a quick look. 1958. Yep, 1958 out of Denver. There's 2 finds there. That looks like it for this roll. Roll number 9, and I've got a 1946 here, and I've got a few others we're going to look at. I figured let's take a quick peek at this roll, just because there's been some nice finds. Find a 63, 64, 64 in here. Okay, this is the first one that really caught my San Francisco. We got a find. We got a 1941. Nice. I think that's the oldest nickel so far. And then we got the 46 here. Not sure if that was on the camera, but it is now. 1946 out of Philly. There's something there, but that does not. Looks just like some damage or something. So that's 46. And then let's pull the rest of these over. There was a couple more that kind of had a look to it. And this one maybe. That's a 64. Got a rear facing mint mark. 1964 is when they moved the mint mark from the reverse to the obverse. And 68 is when they put the mint mark on the obverse, and that's the 64 as well with the rear facing mint mark. So the mint mark was on the reverse until 64, and then there was no mint mark on 65, 66, and 67. And 68 they put them on the obverse. So I was going through roll number 9, and I missed this one. 1940. 1940 out of Philly. Didn't even realize that was a 1940 there. So that's 3 nickels in this roll. Nice. Roll number 10, just poured it out here. And I've got a few I want to look at here. The rest I'll search off the camera. This first one, 1963. Not quite old enough for a find. That one is just a messed up 80s. Here's the next one right here. Almost off the camera there. 1941 out of Denver. Nice. Nice. So let's just take a quick peek at the rest. I think that was there was 2 or 3 there I wanted to check. That looks like it. Let me get through the rest of these. We'll see what's going on. Another nickel find in this roll. Roll 11. Just poured it out. And right in from the end here, we got the 46. There we go. 46. That's another find there. That one is a Denver. Nice. Nice. Could there be more in this roll? Probably. Let's take a look. Here's another rear facing mint mark. We'll just peek at it real quick. 1958. 1958 out of Denver. Find number 2. Let's just flip through here. Here's another rear facing mint mark. 63 doesn't quite count as a find. Not quite old enough. There's a 67. Getting a lot of 60s. And then lots of old coins too. I know that 60s aren't old coins, but they just don't make the cut. Well, 2 finds in this roll. Roll number 13. This one really caught my eye, so let's take a look. The other one looks old, but not quite as old. The other one looks like it's going to be 70s, 80s, maybe. Slightly circulated, slightly worn down enough to just look older. But we're going to find out here real shortly. So this is the one we're going to look at here. We're going to see if there's anything else in this roll. There might be one right there as well. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at this one. Zoom all the way in. And, yep, the 1953. That is an old one. Didn't have that older look to it. It's a 62. I mean, the 60s have the early look. It's 64. Because they're the same style as the 50s there. So it does have the same type of look to it. So they do catch my eye a lot, but there is way more of those minted than not. So that's why I don't include the 70s or the 60s in my finds there. 1953 out of Philly. On to roll 14 here. Towards the back here, we have a 1957 out of Denver. Very cool. That is another find for up here. Roll 15. I've got a 1942 here. This one is nicely worn there. And this one is a Philadelphia. Did not have that silver look to it, so it's not a war nickel. Does not have the big mint mark above it. But 42 out of Philly. We're just going to put it in that stack and keep going. Roll number 18. And we've got a 39. Yep, 1939. This one is out of Philadelphia. Nice. Nice to see a 30s nickel in Hunt. Oldest nickel yet. Roll 20. We've got at least 2 finds in this roll. Up here and in the back, I've got a couple of 59s, but there are several in here I want to check. This might be another really nice roll here. So we'll start off with this one, 1959 out of Denver. And then we'll just keep going. We'll flip through the rest of these. Can't do this for every roll because this one's already getting long as it is. But we've got another find, 1957 out of Philly. Right behind it, 1955 out of Denver. Man, this is nice. Another stacked roll here. There's another old one. This one just has that older look. 1946. This one is a Philly. Got some lamination striations across there. Just some very, very minor laminations. Enough to see, but nothing major. 1957 out of Denver. Man, this is a nice roll. It's the second one of those. And this now is the most finds in a roll because there's one more back here. Let me get the rest of this roll on the camera. There's at least one more back here. Very nice. There's a couple more I want to check, but I think we have one more back here. Yep, 1959 out of Denver. One more, so that's 6. 6 finds in this roll. We've made it to roll 21, and we got another 1955 here. 1955, this one is a Denver, as it is usually Denver. Hey, there's another 55 right there. Awesome. Roll number 22. And it looks like we have another roll with several possibilities of older nickels in it. Here, there's one back here. Just barely on camera, I can see a Denver mint mark on that one. So we're going to take a look at it. That's a 62. Here's the Denver mint mark. 58. 1958. Nice. All right, let's go through here. This one has an older look. 1941 out of Philly. So it's 2 in this roll. It's a 64. I'll check those 64s for the repunchment mark. This one, I don't know. Is it older? 1952. Nice. That one had me questioning it. Let me move these over and make sure these are on camera. So this is the next one I saw. Could there be more I'm missing? Possibly. Possibly. But we are looking at what we got here. There's a 63. 77. I might put that aside to check against the albums there. Here's the next one that has that older look to it. Denver. 53. Wow, all these finds in these rolls. Very cool. That's a 62. 64. That looks like it for this roll. So 4 finds in this roll. Well, if I keep finding multiple finds in these rolls, this might be a long video. But I think we have at least 3 finds in this one. We've got our first 4 in here. Canadian. 1986. There we go. It's Canadian. Oh, we got 2 Canadians. I didn't see the second one. I stopped at the first one. This one has a rare face mint mark. Let's take a quick look. 53. 53. How about that? And we're just going to keep going here. 88. There's our second Canadian. And then this one here has a 57. I see that. The one in front of it is a 64. That one is pretty dirty there, but it is a 57 out of Denver. And right behind it, 57 out of Denver. Wow, these rolls just keep having cool finds. So we got another 57 back here. It's find after find. Wow, that one. I can't make out a mint mark. I'm gonna say that one's a Philly. Look like just some dirt there. Let's slide the rest of this roll here. No, that's an 82. 76. This is the last one. 77. All right, that looks like it for this roll. So we got 4 old nickels and 2 Canadians. Wow. Towards the end of going through the pile from 23, I did hit a 57 there. This one has seen better days. That one is a Denver. Nice. One more find for the stack. Roll 24. We got more finds going on here. One in from the end here. We got a 58 out of Denver. And then there are a few more here that look older. Here's the next one that has that older look. 1941 out of Philly. There was no mint mark there. Then there's a few more here. This one has a mint mark. And it's very possible I might miss some that look like a Denver 1959 out of Denver. Like I did last roll there. So that might happen. But there's one more back here, right here, that has that older look. 1964. 64 has the same basic style as the 50s, so that's why it looks old. So 64 and prior. That's a 62. Okay, so this roll has 3 finds, 2 from the 50s and 1 from the 40s. Nice. Working our way through roll 25, we got a 42 here. 1942 out of Philly. Nice, that's another 40s nickel. Roll 27, it looks like we got a few more finds here. I'm going to start out here with this one and take a look. 1946 out of Philly. I'm going to try to get through these a little bit quicker. Just to save on some time here. Here's the next one. 1946 out of Philly. Yeah, these all had to come out of the same collection dump. You're getting like the same dates in the same roll over and over again. 64. 64 out of Denver. Not surprising. You're getting a lot of 57s out of Denver. And it's just a messed up one. One more back here. 66. That one is kind of rough. It's only 3 in this roll. Roll number 30. I think we got another roll with several finds here. I know we got a 41, it looks like, sticking out here. But we're going to go through these real quick here. 1948 out of San Francisco. That's a semi-key date. That is our second semi-key date. 48 out of San Francisco. Nice. Nice to see the semi-key dates. There's 64. Let's flatten these out so you can see them. Nice. We got another semi-key date. There's another 64. Lots of 64s, 63s, and 62s in here. There's a 41, San Francisco. Nice. There's a 62. There's a 64. Let's keep going. There's a couple more in here I want to look at real quick. Here's the next one that really caught my eye. This one looks dirty. 41, really dirty, really messed up. 1941 out of Philly. And then I think there's like 2 more right here. So we'll take a look at this one. 64 and 64. All right. Well, nice. That's a nice roll there. 2 41s and a key date, or semi-key date. 1948 semi-key date. Very cool. That's our second semi-key date of the hunt. Roll 33. I got a pretty decent 1958 here. 1958 out of Denver. Not bad. Not bad quality there. Roll 66. Oh, roll 60. Roll 36. We got a 1954 out of Philly. Nice. Number 35, and I think we have a really nice find right here. Just poured it out. You see how that one is a slight different color, slight different shade? I think that's going to be a silver war nickel. There might be other finds in there. Yep, there's a 58 right there at the front. Let's take a quick look since I took a look at this one. 1950 out of Denver. There's probably a few more in here, but let's take a look. 1943 San Francisco silver war nickel. Nice. So we hit that silver, hit that war nickel. Very nice to see. Nice to see. I was wondering if I was going to see any of those. We got a 47 out of San Francisco. Yeah, I was wondering if we were going to run into any war nickels. It's 64. So that's nice to see. Let me slide that out of the way while we just take a quick look at the rest of these. So far there's 3 in here. Looks like 3. We might have another one back here. Just has that look. 1946 out of Philadelphia. Nice. So 4 finds. 1 silver war nickel. Very nice. Roll number 36. Roll number 36. Roll number 36. I think that's where we're at. We're going with it. Roll 36. I see a 46 down here. We got another one here that right next to it that looks like an old one. One here that looks like an old one, but let's zoom in. Let's get these on the camera. We're going to look at this one. Oh, there's another 46. 46 out of Philly. All right, let's just get through these really quick and see here. Let's move to the back. And then it's these two. 58, 1958 out of Denver. And the 46 here, 1946 out of Denver. That one has some of that wood grain effect to it. Nice. Roll 37. We got more finds in this roll here. We're going to start going through these here and come to the first one. Right here, 1952 out of Philly. And a few back from that. Oh, look, we got a 1958 out of Denver. This is one of the ones that caught my eye. This one is really dirty. It's 1940. Can't see if there's a mint mark on that. I will have to look at that one. This is a Philly 1948. And then we got a 1952 out of Denver. I'm just kind of running through this roll. We'll go back and check all these for any other things there. There's a 64. Right behind it, though, is a 56 out of Denver. Here's another rear face mint mark. 53 out of Denver. And 62. I think that's it. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 finds in that roll. Nice. Roll 38. We got a pretty dirty, pretty hard to read 1942 here. This one I don't see a mint mark on the reverse, but it is kind of scratched up there. So 19. Oh! I'm looking in the wrong place for the mint mark. We got another war nickel. This is a really dirty, beat up war nickel. Really? In 1942, they had regular silver and the war nickels. This one is so messed up I didn't even notice. That's our second war nickel. Second silver nickel of the hunt. Very nice. Roll number 39. We got another roll with a ton of finds in it, it looks like. I saw a 58 in here somewhere, but let's just go ahead and start going in. Okay, the ender. Reverse facing. 1956 out of Denver. Right beside it, 1954 out of Philly. And then I think we get in some newer nickels for a few. There's a 62, 60. Yeah, that's a newer nickel. 63, 58. Here's the 58 I saw out of Denver. Let's flatten these out. This one here looks San Francisco 54, 1954 to San Francisco. Let's see, what else do we got here? 64. I think that's it. All the rest of these in the back look newer. So yeah, there we go. Another 4 nickels in here. All from the 50s. Nice. Working my way through 44. And I've got a 1953, and as I flattened it out, it looks like I got one back here. A 46 maybe is what it looks like. Barely see it there. There might be another one in here, but those are the only 2 that I've seen. 1953 out of Philly. And we'll pull this one out. Got a 1946 out of Denver, it looks like. I could probably see it better if I looked at these. I've been looking at them through the camera instead of looking at them directly with my eyes. So roll number 46. Looks like we have a 40s here towards the front. Yep, there's a 46 here. There's one a little bit further in front of it. I want to take a quick look. 46 out of Philly. We got a Denver mint mark on the reverse here. 57. 57. Let's go ahead and flatten these out and flip through them real quickly. Looks like we got a 47 here. 47 out of Philly. Hopefully you can see these on the camera. So we got 3 there. Another roof facing mint mark here. 58 out of Denver. That looks like it. Roll 48, and it looks like we have another roll with several potential finds in here. So let's flip through this. We've got a few right here. I want to check out 81, 59, 1959 out of Denver. And we got a 1954 out of Denver. Find number 2. And we got a few more through here I want to check. That's a 63. I'll check that for the doubling on the reverse if it's Philly. 1956 out of Denver. Another one here with a Denver mint mark. 64. Another Denver mint mark. That is a 62. Oh, 57. 57 out of Denver. 76 and a 63. Okay, so that looks like all the finds there. 4 from the 50s. Roll 49. And right in the middle, we have 2 back-to-back there. That's all I'm seeing up to this point. It looks like there's some more to check back here. So let's take a look. 1946 out of Denver. And the one right behind it, 1953 out of San Francisco. Nice. All right. Is that another one? 63, 62, 64. So all these older looking ones are 60s back here. One more to check. 62. All right. Well, 2 finds on this roll. Final roll, roll 50 right in the front here. We got a 49. There's a couple others in here to take a look at. I figured since we're looking at this 49, which is a Philly, that we will check the rest of these real quick since this is the final roll and since we've done this already for several of these rolls already for this whole hunt. That's 64. Let's look at this one. 56 out of Denver. There's our another find there. And there's a couple of them back here with more reverse mint marks right here. 62, and then one more here, so it's another 60s. Nope, 54. 54 out of Denver. Yep, Denver. That looks like our last find right there. So 3 finds in this last roll. I'll double check the rest of these and make sure I didn't miss something, because I did go through those pretty quick. But that looks like it is it for the hunt on the finds. Well, what a hunt this was. I'm going to try to do this in handheld mode just so you can see the sheer stacks of these nickels. This set a new record for me, 100%. In total, there were 84 old nickel finds here. Most of them were the 50s. And then we had some finds here. I'm not going to break down all of them because there were so much. We had a 39, being the oldest. We had 2 war nickels, 2 silver nickels. Always nice to see that silver. Then we had 2 semi-key dates of 48S and a 55 out of Philly. Those were the best finds of the bunch there. Awesome stack of nickels. I got to go through these, and I have a few others for the albums. Let's take a look and see how those are doing. I'll try to get through that quick because I'm sure this is going to be a very long video. Wow, what a hunt. 84 nickel finds. That sets a record. That is the biggest nickel haul I have got out of a single box. Nice collection dump there. And some nice finds. For our album here, we're going to start out with the 1939 out of Philly. Just a much better quality nickel there. Still got the details. The other one in there is quite worn. We already have a better 1942S in the album, so that one will not be placed in or upgraded. But the 1943S will be added. Another war nickel going in the album. Then we got another whole fill, 1948 out of San Francisco. It's a semi-key date, filling a spot. And then our second semi-key date here, very nice looking coin, gonna fill that spot up. Next we got a pretty decent 1941S, that is definitely step up there, gonna upgrade that spot. And then we got a 1942 out of Philly, we're gonna upgrade that one here. Next we got a 46 out of Denver to fill a spot up. Then we got a 1952 in slightly better condition. Not bad overall, so we're gonna upgrade that one. And we have a 1953 in a better condition than the one that's in there. Next we got a pretty rough 1953S, but that one's going to fill that spot. We got a fairly nice 54 out of Philly. That one does have some darkness to it, but it is a much nicer condition than the one that's in there, so we're going to upgrade that one. And then we have a 54S, much better shape. We're going to upgrade that one as well. And then we have a 1955 out of Denver, just a better shape nickel. We're going to upgrade that one. And then we have a nice solid upgrade here with this 1958 out of Denver. Next up, we have a decent 1973 out of Philly. It's a little circulated. I'd thought about not putting this one in here, but I decided to go ahead and add it in just because it is in decent shape, except for the surface layer of dirt and the slight circulation on it. Otherwise, decent nickel. Going to hold the spot for now. Next up, 1983 out of Philly. It's got a little dirt on it, but that is a overall nice coin, and the 83s are hard to come by in nice shape, so that's going to fill that spot. Next, I went back and forth on this one, but I think I'm going to upgrade it. It's only a slight upgrade, but it's 1987 out of Denver. The new one is just cleaner, less dirt, a little bit better on the details, and a better look overall, so I'm going to upgrade that one. And then 1988 out of Philly, we're going to fill that spot up. Next up, we have a 92 out of Philly. That one's going to fill that spot up. And this is the other one I thought about not upgrading, but you can see the surfaces on this 96 out of Philly is just cleaner than the one that's in there. Just a better quality nickel, and I think that's definitely worth an upgrade. Next, we got the 25P Oceans in View nickel. This one is in pretty nice shape, both obverse and reverse. Had a little tone to it, gonna fill that spot up nicely. Then I came across the cleaner 2006 out of Philly. The 2006 through 10s are kind of hard for me to come by in nice shape, so that one's going to upgrade that spot. Then we got a decent 2010 out of Philly. Going to fill that spot up for now. Next up, we got a much cleaner 2013 out of Philly. And a slightly cleaner 2013 out of Denver. Just going to upgrade both of those. So we got a slight upgrade here. Slightly better 2021 out of Denver. I'm just going to go ahead and swap that one out, just because I like this one a little bit better than that one. And then I got this 2023 Denver out of one of those BU rolls I got a few hunts ago. Opened up some and set one aside. Since we got them from the bank and I opened up in the roll, it counts as one for the albums here. And plus I got a pretty nice 2024 out of Philly. Gonna fill that spot up there. So if I counted correctly, and I always do, we had 16 spots upgraded and 10 spots filled for a total of 26 nickels going in the album. And I missed it earlier, we did get 2 Canadians in the hunt as well, so that's part of the finds. Well, there we have it. Overall, this was a long hunt. Hopefully you enjoyed it. There was a lot of fun old nickels to find, a lot of stuff to go through, a lot of stuff to look for. Hit 2 war nickels. That is always nice when you see them silver in them in the nickel boxes. Anytime you see silver anywhere you can get for face value is awesome. All right. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, helps me out, and drop that comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Have a great day. And I want to give a very special thank you to all the viewers who have signed up as members. Thank you very much for going above and beyond to help support the channel. I very much appreciate it. If anyone is interested in becoming a member, feel free to check out the link below. Again, thank you very much for your support. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you click on that link right there, it'll help me out. And then I have a couple videos over here that is recommended. So if you would like to watch another one, I would definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Have a great day.